Okay, let's be honest with ourselves and ask the tough questions. We need to address the elephant in the room. Can anyone really learn to code? What if you didn't major in a technical field in college? What if you didn't even go to college? What if you graduated from college 30 years ago? What if you're not from the US and you've been working in a completely different industry your entire career? What if you're unemployed? Your back is against the wall and you just don't believe in yourself anymore. I just want you to know that you're not alone. Somewhere out there, there's someone just like you who had these exact same thoughts at one point. And today, that person is coding in Salesforce. It's been done so many times before. As a matter of fact, I was there too once. I got to where I am today by teaching myself how to code in Salesforce. No programming degree and no one to hold my hand along the way. And I'm assuming that's your situation too. I'm making this academy to pass on all the things I've learned to you in a medium that I wish I had when I was learning myself. If I can do it, so can you. Also, did you know that many Salesforce MVPs, some of the most respected developers in the industry, learn to code on their own too? My personal favorite is an MVP named Jason Venable. I remember sitting wide-eyed at one of his Dreamforce sessions years ago where he talked about how he himself started as a self-taught developer. He made me believe I could do it too, and so can you. Half of my Salesforce developer coworkers at Google are also self-taught, and I would have never known this if I wasn't so nosy to ask everyone. It's such a common thing, even at Google standards, that it's not even really a point of discussion. I'm trying to say that you can teach yourself and go as far as you want to go in this industry. Now, I've talked to some Salesforce developers who are much more successful than I, and they come from the unlikeliest of backgrounds. Bartenders, historians, violinists. I should have never quit orchestra back in junior high. You know, I even know a developer who's blind, and he taught himself to code. Imagine the challenges he had to overcome while learning. I've also been fortunate enough to hear from people all over the world who took the challenge and achieved their dreams. I've especially seen a ton of people in India who went from absolute zero to getting a full-time Salesforce development job. Finally, it doesn't matter how old you are. There are people of all ages who've successfully taught themselves to code. And remember, Salesforce is the type of industry where the soft skills you've built up your entire career are hugely beneficial to you, even as a programmer. In many ways, you have a big advantage over others in the industry. Don't forget that. Here's the most important thing you need to beat in your head. Your drive and persistence while learning is so much more important than your intelligence. Believe me, there are plenty of dumb people who are amazing Salesforce developers. Let me tell you a story. When I wrote my first trigger, I literally got stuck on one error for 8 hours. This was the most important 8 hours of my life. Should I give up on my first trigger, or should I persevere and never give in? I'm so glad I chose the latter, because I probably wouldn't be here today if I gave up and played video games. And you know what the error was? I was using double quotes instead of single quotes. I promise that'll be funnier to you soon. My advice: make time to code for just 5 minutes every day. A little bit of coding every day is better than chunks of coding once a week. Start good habits early.